Hi my dear friends and my dear students, welcome to my YouTube channel Civil with Sudheer. So today I am going to tell about a small topic of waste engineering or a waste management, that is solid waste management. Okay, let's begin friends. So in this video I will explain about these contents and these topics. Okay, first one, what do you mean by the solid waste, right? What do you mean by solid waste, right? And what are the solid waste management systems, and what are the different source of solid waste? And fourth one, types of solid waste. Source means in which point you are collecting the solid waste, that is waste, right? Fourth one, types of solid waste. Which type of solid waste you are collecting, either it may be dry or wet or semi-dry or semi-wet. Okay, so that we will discuss in this video. And the next one is properties of solid waste. Which type of property? If you are collecting paper, if you are collecting metal, so what is that property if you combine all those materials? Okay, we will discuss in this video. And last one is generation rate, per person, per house, per colony, per area, per city, how much the waste will generate, that we will discuss. So all this topic I will discuss in this video. Okay friends, let's begin. First of all, understand, so what do you mean by solid waste, right? Solid waste material from human and animal activities, and that material considered as useless. Okay, the meaning is the useless material after the usage of human and animal activities. Okay, that we call it as the waste. And if it is in solid, okay, if it is in liquid, we can say that is in waste water. If it is in solid, that is in solid waste. Now, so how they will manage the solid waste management? So they have some process. Okay, first of all, the discipline action of control of generation. Okay, how they manage means, so what is the generation of the solid waste at a point, at a source, at a area, at a colony, at a city? Okay, that is a generation. First point is generation of solid waste. Next, storage. How you are, from which point you are taking and where you are storing, and means where you are dumping the solid waste. That is next is collection. Okay, how much quantity of solid waste you are collecting, that is the collection of solid waste. And transfer from that collection point to your last point, that is we can say that landfillings. Okay, where the waste material is dumped in the area, that is a transfer. And transport processing. Okay, transport processing means in which road your solid waste will transfer. Okay, what is the time of that transporting solid waste, for one trip or two trip? Okay, that is a transporting processing. And disposal of solid waste in correct manner. Okay, so management, the solid waste management is having a large different process, that is generation, storage, collection, transfer and transport processing. So in solid waste management is very difficult to maintain all the processing. Okay, if one generation point is delayed, or if the storage point is delayed, okay, so it may affect the other processing also, right? That is a major disadvantage of the solid waste management. So you have to maintain a correct management for collection or generation, as well as transferring and transporting facilities, right? Next, okay, first you should understand, so what are the different types of waste generated? Okay, general type of waste. Okay, you can see here the waste. Okay, we can split up in three, right? This is one, okay, this one is second, and this one is third. So first, what is the first one? That is in liquid form. Okay, we can say that is an effluent or sewage, right? So the waste coming from the industries, agriculture, or residential building, or institutional building, the waste water, we can say that is an liquid. And second one, the solid. Okay, solid waste, right? Liquid waste, solid waste, gaseous waste. The third one is gaseous waste, that is stacked and fugitive emissions, means this is a major impact on the environment, that is due to the factories or any other outside environmental issues, that is in gaseous, right? So today we will only discuss about the solid. Okay, liquid and gaseous we'll discuss later on later video. Now today our topic is the solid. In solid you can see again types is municipal solid waste, plastic waste, biomedical waste, hazardous waste and e-waste. So municipal solid waste means it is a general waste that is collected from residential building or a commercial building or any other state. Okay, that all they will combine in one container. Okay, they will combine and they will dispose or they will recovery or they will reuse, right? That is a municipal solid waste. And second one, plastic waste means the waste which is contain plastic, that is a plastic waste. Okay, so plastic is we can reuse only. Okay, plastic is, it will not decompose, so that's why plastic we can reuse. Biomedical waste means the waste coming from the hospitals. Okay, syringes and any other materials, that waste product one time, that is disposal waste. Okay, whatever be the material you will use only one time and you will just throw away, useless, that is called disposal materials. So biomedical waste. Next, hazardous waste. Okay, hazardous waste means it is very dangerous to when you expose to the air. Okay, this type of hazardous waste you have to deburn. Okay, you have to take this waste and you have to throw just below the ground level. Okay, you have to make an excavation of 10 meter or 15 meter and you have to store your waste below the ground level, because if you expose to the air it may affect the air quality of the surrounding area, right? That is a hazardous waste. E-waste means electronics waste, whatever, either it may be usable divided DVDs, CDs or mobiles, any type waste. Okay, that is not usable, right? That is an electronic waste. Next one, so how the solid waste management they will take care. Okay, from starting to last point, how they will do. Okay, so what is the process of solid waste management? You can see in this sketch. First one, source reduction. Okay, you can see here there is a bar, right? There is a bar. Okay, one line I will draw here, right? You have a two arrow mark here, right? So what is the meaning of this one? Means most preferred means if you collected a solid waste. Okay, first point is source reduction. Okay, first point is source reduction. You have to reduce the waste at the source. For example, if you are collecting a waste from a home, so you have to reduce the waste. Okay, you should give some examples, you should give some ideas how to use the source reduction. Okay, you should not use the one time disposal type of waste. Okay, you have to use reusable material. So that is a source reduction, right? And this is a most preferred means this is at the top level. Okay, you have to prefer this one only, that is a source reduction. And the next one, you can, if it is not possible at the source reduction, if you collected that material, okay, you can reuse that material. So okay, this is a source reduction and this is reuse. Next, recycling. Okay, there is a lot of difference between reuse and recycling. Okay, reuse means if you are having a mobile, if you sell that mobile to anyone, that person is using your mobile, reusing, your mobile is reusing. But recycling means after some processing, okay, the original properties of that material will be changed after the recycling. That is the difference between reuse and recycling. Okay, so you can reuse or you can recycle. Okay, so reuse, you can again reuse that one materials, right? And recycling means after some processing, one or two processing, again you can use that material. Okay, next, resource recovery. Okay, this is a very important point in solid waste management, because if it is not possible source reduction, if it is not possible reuse, if it is not possible recycling, then that waste should be taken. And what are the different waste? That waste means the energy. If you burn that waste, so what are the different energy, what are the different chemicals, what are the different fuel coming from that waste? You have to take that and you can use for any other process. So it is like an reuse only, but you have to burn, you have to take that material, you have to take that solid waste and you have to burn, right? So burn, not only burn, you can use, I think you have heard the biogas. Okay, biogas is only used for using the leaf or any other materials. Okay, that is in the village area you can use the biogas. That is one of the method of solid waste management in that source only. Okay, that is a resource recovery, waste to energy, how much energy will produce. Next, incineration means, okay, if the material what you have collected, if the solid waste what you have collected, it is not possible, if it is not possible source reduction, if it is not possible to reuse that material, if it is not possible to recycle that material, if it is not possible to take any energy, okay, then what is the last condition is you have to burn that material. Okay, after burning that fuel or ash you can use anywhere. That is a incineration, burning of solid waste in an fuel. Okay, either it may, the temperature is again increases or it may increase or decrease. Okay, if you take on paper, it will melt in a few minutes or a few seconds. If you take on a metal, it will take more temperature to melt, right? So depends on that, you have to consider an incineration point. Next is landfilling. This is a least preferment, this is a last point. If all the above, okay, if all the above process is not possible, then they will use landfilling. So what do you mean by landfilling means, my dear students, landfill is nothing but the solid waste, if you not recycled, reusable, okay, then they will dump in an area. Okay, that area we can say landfilling. And that solid waste sometimes they will provide in different layers, layer by layer, and in landfilling also you have a different types. Okay, in Bangalore method different processing is there. Okay, so depends upon that one, they will prefer the landfilling. Okay, next one. So now the introduction part is over. Now what is the condition of solid waste, present condition of solid waste in India, right? So due to rapid urbanization means the development of the cities, the expanding of the cities, because the peoples are attraction towards the metro cities. Okay, due to that rapid urbanization, waste generation is 62 million tons of municipal solid waste per annum, means per year 62 million tons of solid waste is generated. Okay, just think about this, how much quantity we have to handle. Okay, in that 62, only 43 million tons is collected. Okay, only 43, right? Think about what about this 43 minus 62? Okay, that remaining portion they will not collect. Okay, they are in the source point only for a longer hours, 1 month or 2 months. So what is the hygienic condition about that is surrounding area? It is very difficult to maintain a hygienic condition. Okay, next 11.9 million ton is treated, 43 collected, 11.9 million ton is treated, 31 million ton is dumped in landfill areas. Okay, my dear friends, it means in our India recycle and reusable of solid waste is very less compared to other countries. Okay, so we have to improve our style of lifestyle, and we have to aware of the environmental issues, right? Next one, the next topic is source of solid waste. Sorry, source of solid waste. Okay, you can see in tableau column here. So source and description, right? Main major sources, first one is residential, because the major part of in cities are the peoples they are living in a residential areas. Okay, commercial, first one is residential, second one is commercial and institutional buildings, construction and demolition wastes. Okay, this is another source of solid waste, and industrial waste, agricultural waste, mining waste. Okay, these are the source of solid waste. Now let me discuss one by one. So what is a residential building means? Food waste. Okay, what type of activities going on inside of that residential building depends on that the solid waste will generate. Okay, either it may be residential or commercial, whatever be the activities. Okay, for example, if you take on construction and demolition waste, okay, you can see here concrete, metals, wood, asphalt, soil, hazard waste, and building sites. Okay, these are the different description of the material included in the construction and demolition waste. Residential, you can see the cooking processes will take place, so that why the food waste, garden waste, for maintaining the garden they will cut off and that waste will produce. Okay, paper, plastic, glass, metal, household and hazardous waste. Okay, this is a hazardous waste from the homes, right? So this type of, okay, you can say this is an food, this is an production or an type of waste generated from the source point. Okay, this description means, sorry, this description means the type of waste production from the source point. Next is commercial and institutional. Okay, it means both are same but some changes. Okay, it may include residential plus shops, restaurant, office, hotels, workshops, school and hospitals. Okay, food waste what you have generated in residential plus this waste. Okay, that is commercial and institutional. This is the source point and these are the type of waste generated. Next, construction and demolition is, okay, if you demolish a building, okay, I will show a picture, right? You can see construction and demolition waste consist of concrete, bricks, timber, sanitary ware, glasses, steel and plastic. It means, okay, you can see here, if you demolish a building, you can see in this picture, if you demolish a building, okay, what are the reusable and recyclable material means? First of all, the major part is steel and second part is concrete. Okay, concrete is nothing but it is a mixture of fine aggregate, coarse aggregate, okay, and the cement content. Okay, you can recycle the coarse aggregates, right? That is a part. Concrete, bricks, timber, sanitary ware, glasses. Okay, if you remove the glasses, you can also use glasses, and steel and the plastic, right? These are the different types of the material what you get in the construction and demolition waste. Okay, next is the industrial waste, right? In industrial waste, relative homogeneous waste such as metal. Okay, very important. In industrial, again in industrial, it depends upon what type of industry you have considered. For example, if you consider sugarcane industry, okay, so what is the type of waste coming? Okay, in sugarcane you have two types. Okay, either it will generate liquid waste also and it will generate solid waste also. We can say that is an ash at the last point what you will get. Okay, for like that only. So what type of industry you have selected? Okay, and you will get the material that is metal, plastic, ash. Okay, I have told you now only ashes, plastics, sands, right? If you take on paper manufacturing company, paper, sludge. Okay, so what do you mean by sludge? Means it is an waste considered from after the processing. It is a mixture of all the materials, okay, with having the liquid, right? And you can see in the manufacture chemical plants, right? Industries. Okay, only one point you have to remember here is industrial means type, depends on type of industry, and that type of industry what is the waste generated. Okay, that you have to consider. Next is agriculture. Agriculture means in agriculture you can see manures, hazardous chemicals, right? Hazardous chemicals, spoiled food wastes, that is farms and dairies. Okay, this is very less compared to other type of waste, right? Mining, in mining you can see coal, metal, oil or a gas. Okay, in mining they will make a recycle in the source point only, in the mining site only they will recycle. They will not bring that mining material to any site or they will not landfill. Okay, this is about the source of solid waste, right? You have studied now. This is the demolition of building. You can see all the materials they are recollecting and they are for the recycling they are considering. E-waste. Okay, e-waste means that is an electronic waste. Okay, you can see in the picture all the waste material they have dumped in an area. Okay, and they will crush. Okay, using the belt conveyor they will convey this material and they will equip a machine and they will fully powder or fully crush this material in the small particles. They will convert. Okay, and they will convert and they can reuse or recycle, or they will manufacture any other new components or any other new word. Next is composition of solid waste. Okay, so very important. Composition means the general composition of solid waste being generated from the city of India. Okay, the general waste, okay, generated from the city of India is 40% is food and garden waste, major one. Okay, composition is very important because we are collecting the major waste from the residential and commercial building. So what is the main residential building activities? Food waste, that is a generation of, we will cook the food. Okay, for that the major waste production is 40% and 5% glass and ceramic 3%, 3% metal, okay, and 15% inert and 4% plastic, and rubber is 6%, and textile, okay, sorry friends, 4% plastic and rubber, and 6% is textile, and 27% is paper. Okay, after the food production, paper production is very large production of solid waste generation. Okay, now you got the point. Okay, now you got the point. Where is the maximum source of solid waste? Right, you know, residential and commercial is very large quantity. After that, paper mills. Okay, and organic fraction 40%. Combustible, what do you mean by combustible? Means it is easily getting fire. The material which is easily getting fire, we can say that is an combustible materials fractions. Okay, non-combustible means it will not take fire easily. After giving some heat for a proper period, it will take that the fire, right? So total organic fraction is 40% and combustible fraction is 37%. Recyclable is 8%. Inert material is, inert means all mixed materials, okay, 15%. Okay, you can see in a sketch, right, in a bar is a composition of municipal solid waste in typical Indian cities, right. The tableau column I have shown here with different sketches. Okay, you have seen total organic fraction is 40%, commercial fraction is 37. Okay, you can see the food and this one, the food and garden waste is maximum compared to all, right. So you should understand, you should remember, this is a source point. You have to consider, you have to manage this food and garden waste. Okay, after this the papers 27%, right, 27% is a maximum. Okay, you can handle easily this textile 6%, 4%, 15% and 3%, but glass and ceramic, these all percentages, that is textile, plastic, inert material, metals and glass, you can easily handle, but major part you should handle very with care. You should take to all the materials should be collected at a time and disposed of and should in a proper way. Okay, it should not, if you delay, the generation of waste is more. If you delayed one day for collection of the waste, okay, the day by day the waste generation is more in that area. Okay, next one. So types of solid waste, very important, right. Now you have studied the definitions, source point. Now what are the different types of solid waste? Okay, simply we can divide in municipal solid waste and non-municipal solid waste, right. So what do you mean by municipal solid waste? Means relatively small portion of solid waste produced, right, relatively small portion of solid waste produced. And non-municipal solid waste means waste from industry, agriculture and mining. Okay, so these are the major 2 points, right, municipal solid waste, non-municipal. In municipal, only the waste production you are taken from only residential and commercial building, right, residential and commercial, either it may be construction or demolition waste, but mining waste we will include, or construction and demolition waste we will add in non-municipal solid waste. Okay, they will not collect any construction and demolition waste. Only they will, in municipal solid waste, they will collect the residential and commercial, what are the food waste and other waste, they will collect and they will dispose of or they will transfer. Okay, you can see here in sketch, that is the paper and paper board is 32%. Okay, there are 32%. You can see yard waste is 12.8%. This is a sketch of showing municipal. So what is the municipal solid waste? It includes, I am showing here, the major part is paper and paper board, because if you are collecting from the institutional building, the waste of paper is more excess compared to other other type of waste. Okay, so yard waste means if you are collecting the waste from any small manufacturing unit, that is a yard waste, that is 12.8%, and food waste is 12.5%, plastic is 12.1%, metal is 8.2%, and rubber and leather and textile 7.6%, wood, glass and other. Okay my dear friends, if you want to study, if you want to take the notes, please pause my video and take this sketch and take this notes for your further study. Right, next, properties of solid waste, very important, the properties of solid waste. Okay, simply we can divide, they have divided in physical and chemical, physical properties and chemical properties. Let me discuss one by one. Physical properties of solid waste. So in physical properties, so what are the physical properties? Means if you see in that material, okay, how you have to behave, how you have to consider, right, and how to maintain that physical okay, either it may be size of that solid waste, either moisture content, either dry, either it may be wet. Okay, for that I have specified important 5 points here. First one, specific weight. Okay, we can say that is in density. Second one, moisture content. Third one, particle size and distribution. Fourth one, field capacity. Fifth one, permeability of compacted waste. Okay my friends, I will tell you one by one, just listen carefully. First one, specific weight, or we can say density, means density is always depend upon geographical location. First point, very important point, specific weight or density is always depends upon geographical location, where your solid waste point is generated, where your solid waste point, and in solid source point, your source point, right? So that is a geographical location. Next is the season of the year. Second point you have to consider for selecting a density of a particular solid waste. Second point is season of the year. Okay, season means either it may be summer season or rain season or winter season. Okay, depend upon that you have to consider, because as the season changes, very important my dear friends, just listen carefully, as the season changes, right, the density, okay, will also be changes. How? If you taken a small quantity of any waste, if the rain occurs, okay, the moisture inside of the your solid waste is more, so density is also more, as well as weight is more, and the volume will reduce, but the weight will increase due to the moisture presence in your solid waste. Okay, that is the important point. And third point for specific weight or density is, that is the time of storage, right? First point is geographical location, second point is season of the year, and third point is time of storage. Okay, at what time you are collecting, okay, and where you are dumping, that is a very important point. Okay, so what is the use of this taking the specific weight or density? Means for calculating the average weight or calculating the average weight of particles. Okay, for example, I will give you one example. If you take an area, if you are collecting the material of 400 tons with an mechanical compactor, okay, from each source how much quantity of solid waste you are collecting, that you should remember and you should calculate, and you should send that compactor to all the area. That's why you require density. Next one, moisture content. Okay, very important point in physical properties of municipal solid waste. Okay, first point. Okay, so what do you mean by moisture content? Means it is a mass of moisture per unit mass of weight of wet or in weight of dry material. Very important definition, right? So next is in wet measurement. Okay, both in wet or in dry process you will measure the moisture content in percentage. Okay, but in actual practice they will only consider only wet mass. Okay, why? Because all the solid waste will generate the moisture inside of that one, right? That's why you have to consider only wet mass. Okay, if you want to dry mass, what do you have to do? If you want dried in oven, okay, you have to take the waste and you have to put in an oven, sample of solid waste you have to put in an oven at a 77 degrees Celsius for 24 hours. Okay, if you have collected the solid waste in wet condition, that wet condition solid waste you have to take and you have to put in an oven for 77 degrees Celsius for 24 hours. Okay, after that, what is the material you will get, okay, and what is the moisture content after that oven process. Okay, you have to consider for the further study. They will take that data for their further study or further different processing units, right? That is a moisture content, very important, right? Next one, particle size and distribution. This is also very important. Particle size means, okay, I will give a small example for particle size distribution. If you collected the waste from a manufacturing unit of metal, okay, we have collected, and second point, okay, first point, you have collected the waste from a metal manufacturing company, right, and the second, you have collected and solid waste from an residential building. Okay, you have combined both. Now you have combined because the separator is not available when the solid waste will collect. Okay, because the solid waste collector is very small quantity, small capacity, right? They will combine both metal and solid waste. Now we have to divide that metal and solid waste. So how we will do? Using the magnetic separators, because the metal will attract by magnetic separators. Okay, so if you, in the solid waste, they will pass in magnetic machine, or they will pass the solid waste, they will pass through a magnetic machine. The metals will attracted by the magnetic separator and the solid waste will go and the metal will remove. So that is the particle size and distribution. Okay, for this they will employ an magnetic separators in large quantity in solid waste disposal sites. Okay, when the metal collection is more than your solid waste point, then they will employ the particle size distribution, right? Next is field capacity. Okay, field capacity, this one will come when you dispose your solid waste in a landfilling. What is the capacity of that land? Means it's again depends upon the type of soil presence, right? Field capacity, right? And the moisture content presence in your solid waste. Okay, these are the 2 points, right? The type of soil and the moisture content. And the third point you can see here, the permeability of compacted waste, right? Permeability means, okay, this is one layer and this is second layer. Consider this is also one layer, one layer, second layer, third layer. Okay, I am telling about this permeability of compacted waste. Okay, if you drop in water or if you flow in water from the first layer, okay, so permeability means the water when flowing from one layer to second layer, second to third. Okay, what is the permeability of your layer? Depend upon that the physical property of the municipal solid waste, they will decide. Okay, if it is more permeable, what will happen? The more leach. Okay, leach means the when you compact the solid waste, the water, the waste water coming from that solid waste, you can say that is an leach. Okay, leachate we can say, right? That is the permeability of compacted waste, right? So this is about the physical properties. Next is chemical properties of municipal solid waste, right? For chemical properties, so chemical means after the processing of your incineration. Okay, if you have burned the solid waste, so you have to check what are the chemicals coming from that solid waste. Okay, what are the chemicals you can collect from that waste, right? And for that we have 4 methods. Okay, 4 important properties if the solid waste are to be used as a fuel. Okay, if you want to use the solid waste as a fuel, first one proximate analysis, second one fusing point of ash, and third one ultimate analysis major elements, and fourth one energy content, right? These are the 4 important properties. Okay, you have to consider for chemical properties of solid waste. Oh, what are these 4 one? Okay, I will explain the next one. Okay, you can see here. I think you have already studied this one. You already studied this one, right? Physical properties you have already studied. Now we will see only chemical composition. Proximate analysis. Okay, proximate analysis. In proximate analysis, what you will do? So the moisture content. Okay, moisture content should lose at 105 degrees Celsius for 1 hour. Okay, if you are having any type of moisture. Okay, that will be they will burn in 105 degrees Celsius for 1 hour. Okay, so you have to reduce that moisture content. For maintaining the moisture, they will give 105 degrees Celsius to the solid waste for 1 hour. Right? And second one, volatile metal means addition of loss of ignition at 950 degrees Celsius. Okay, if you goes on increasing, okay, after the burning all the solid waste at high temperature. Okay, if you give a 950 means it is very high temperature. What are the material left after your 950 degrees Celsius heat? Okay, that is a volatile material. What are the material you will collect after your last point, after your burning point? That is a volatile material. Next is ash. After your burning, what you will get at the last point? That is residue after burning. Next is fixed carbon means after burning of a particular solid waste, how much quantity you will get in carbon. That is a fixed carbon, how much you will get. That you should consider. That is a reminder. Right? And second one, fusing point of ash means at what point, okay, at what point the solid waste completely it will converted from solid or semi-solid to the ash particle. That is a fusing point of ash. And third one, ultimate analysis. In ultimate analysis, okay, all these 4 points are very important, my dear friends and my dear students. Please listen carefully. Right? This third one is ultimate analysis means if you burn in particular solid waste, okay, if you take a particular solid waste and if you burn, what is the carbon you have collected, either it may be percentage or weight. Okay, what type of hydrogen you have collected, what type of oxygen, what type of nitrogen, what type of sulfur, okay, and what is the content or what is the weight of ash you have collected from the particular solid waste. You have to consider in chemical composition. Okay, not in physical composition. We will only study about what are the type of the waste. Okay, moisture content, particle size. Okay, but in deeper, okay, in inside of the particles, we will only discuss in, that is in chemical composition of the solid waste. Right? Last one, heating value. Heating value means if you, okay, you can see here, if you given 105 degrees Celsius, what will happen? Only solid waste will burn up to some point. Okay, if you given 950, if you increase beyond this, okay, if you given 1200 degrees Celsius, what will happen? Complete burning will, the complete solid waste will burn. Okay, you will not get even the volatile material also. Right? So you will not get any, only you will get ash powder. Okay, that is the ash at the last point. Okay, that is the heating value. This is about the solid waste composition, physical and chemical composition. Next one, okay, you can see the composition of chemicals in a sketch. So water, okay, water is 28%. Okay, major point. Chemical means if you compacted the solid waste, you will get 28% of water and 25% of carbon, and oxygen you will get is 21%. Hydrogen is 3.3%, glass, ceramic 9.3%, metals, ash, sulfur, nitrogen. Okay, my dear friends, it means sulfur, nitrogen, water, carbon, oxygen. These are the chemicals, these are the gaseous, okay, we will get from the solid waste, and these are also we will get after the completion of physical and chemical composition. Right? Okay, next is the generation rate. Last of this video, last point, last topic. Generation rate means, I already told you, the amount of waste generation. Okay, the amount of waste generation per person. Okay, you can see there is a lot of importance per person, per home, per building, per area, per colony, per city, per country. Very important point, my dear friends. If you want, you can note down this point because very important point. Generation rate means amount of waste generated per person, per home, per building, per area, per colony, per city, per country. Okay, if you collected all these data, okay, you can decide the solid waste disposal site area. Okay, the area of the solid waste disposal site, how much quantity of daily you are collecting, how much you are recycling, how much you are reusing, how much quantity you are landfilling. Right? That is a generation rate. Okay, and we have 3 factors here, very important points. Factors affecting the generation rate. First one, source reduction and recycling activities. Very important. Source reduction means again it's depend upon the people who are producing the waste. Okay, you should give some awareness program how to reduce the source reduction in the residential building only, in the home, indoor and outdoor also. You have to give some awareness programs, right? Then only they can understand what is the condition if you dispose of that material. Okay, what is the effect of that material to the environment? Due to that environment effect, what is the environment will give back to us? Okay, it is very dangerous for our nature also. So you should consider some resource reduction at the point only. If your waste is generated at the home, okay, you have to bifurcate or you have to reduce that waste using some alternate methods, right? Recycling means you can recycle at the home only, or you can recycle at the residential building only. For example, I will give a small example. If it is in an urban area, there is an skyscrapers, okay, or 50 floor, 100 floors, okay, we can say that is an one full of an area or an company, okay, that building, how much waste they will generate, that waste they have to recycle in that building only. Okay, that type of awareness we should give to the people, then only they can recycle and they can reuse. There is so many examples of recycling activities you can see, right? Next is public attitude. Okay, this is also very important. Okay, public attitude always it depends upon the lifestyle of the public or lifestyle of the peoples, how they will live. Okay, so depends upon that the generation rate will depends. And the legislation means for the public attitude, what is the legislation, what is the government will give some points, you have to consider these points. Okay, so depends upon that they have decided the generation rate. And third one, geographic and physical factors on generation of solid waste. Okay, geographic means in which area you are collecting, in which area you are disposing, right? Physical factor means what is the physical factor, we have already discussed, right? What is the moisture content, okay, what is the fusing point, okay, and what is the different density, right? You have to consider this one. This is about the generation rate. Okay friends, so this is about complete details about the solid waste management, right? So don't forget to subscribe my YouTube channel and please like and comment in my comment box. If you want any other videos like same with the solid waste management, please comment me in the comment box. Thank you one and all. Thank you my dear friends.